Here, no.
That's true. Thank you.
Thank you. So my name is Jeanette Stein. I have been running Stein Solutions for about 3 years now. When ChatGPT hit, I was director of product and I was really in charge of making sure the systems and things worked well for a marketing company and that we could serve our people really well. And so I use tools, has anybody ever heard of like Zapier?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Zapier, all Zapier is the software that moves information from like maybe your Google Sheet to a CRM. Or it moves information from one spot to another. Well, which is helpful, right? Because how much time do we waste just moving data? But then AI could come in and be in between there. So somebody fills out a form, then you write a prompt, says, hey, write a nice email, and it can spit it. So it wasn't just moving their name and their email, it was actually moving and doing tasks for you. And once I realized that, I realized how many small business owners and people like you can use this. And that was the birth of Stein Solutions, because everybody kept going, Jeanette, how are you doing these systems? How are you doing this? The other thing you need, some of us are talking, I'm a former math teacher. I'm a math brain. I love systems. I love things like that. But what got me into AI was I'm not always good at my writing. I know the emotion I want them to feel. But man, it's hard. And I used to run down the hall to the English teacher and go, we approved this. And I had a really kind of nasty email I had to reply to. And one of my friends said, hey, have you tried ChatGPT? Tell it what you honestly want to say, cuss words and all, and then tell it how you want to be perceived. And it took that and was able to do it. And I was like, oh, this is my calculator. This is my tool that is going to fill in my weakness. And so I dove in hardcore. And then I was like, ooh, this is my thing. I say all that to let you know, I understand that there's ethical things that you need to decide on. There are boundaries you are not going to want to pass. What I want to do today is not convince you to use AI. I am not your ethical compass. I have rules, I have boundaries where I won't use it. Some of my clients do. That's okay. I'm old enough to know when the internet came out. It was the Wild West. People thought it was the devil. People thought it was God coming to save us, right? Like there was the extremes. And I think the same is with AI. And I think it's a really personal decision. I'm not going to call anybody out or make you feel wrong that you don't want to use it in a certain way. I want to just show you how you can use it and let you know what's available. And then I would really take some time to think about where are your personal boundaries. What will you do? What won't you do with AI? Because really the sky's the limit. I was watching NCIS rerun yesterday. It's only a few years old and they were like, oh, it had a person that could talk to you, right? That was dead. And the detectives are like, wow, we can talk to her about it. That is possible on YouTube now. You can interact with YouTube videos. I could take all my videos and put them in there. Is that a boundary you're willing to take for your clients? Maybe, maybe not. That's okay. It's a personal thing. All right, so just wanted to clear the air. Everybody's good with that. No judgment. You use it how you want. You feel ethical. I just always like to start with that. My biggest goal is that hopefully we agree, especially in your business, and I think all businesses are going to be more and more this, and studies are showing it's more and more this, the human element, the human relationships will out-trump anything you can do with AI. So if we can use the AI to save us time so we can do more of the human element, those people are the ones who are going to win. The people who are using AI to automate everything and never talk to a person, they're doing well in the front, right? Because people don't know yet. They're not playing the long game. And it's starting to show already, as new as AI is. There's new research showing when they go to hire a realtor, it's, hey, you're my neighbor. Hey, I go to church with you. Hey, I love it. We go to workouts. I'm going to hire that. They want the relationship. So if we can use AI with the relationship, they're saying AI balances the knowledge. It used to be, I'm gonna get the realtor that can save me the most money or take this or knows how to do blah, blah. And they're like, well, AI is balancing the knowledge so quickly that it's becoming who can have the most relationships is who's winning. Not who knows the most, which is kind of scary. And good, depending, right? Like there's pros and cons to that. And so that's how we're going to kind of that's my philosophy. That's the clients that I tend to attract are those people who really want to enjoy their clients and not feel like they're being pulled in million directions. Because that doesn't feel good. All right, so we're gonna jump in. I have my computer up here because we are gonna jump back and forth. I'll use ChatGPT for our examples today, because I think most people are most familiar with it. Does everybody have a ChatGPT account? Okay, does anybody pay the $20 a month for your ChatGPT? Okay.
For chat, but I do for graph.
Okay, then you've got the same tools. So everything is transferable. All right. So we know what AI is. Like I said, I over-prepared this for those of you who came in late, and we're probably gonna skip more through this. What I want you to know about AI that a lot of people don't realize is AI can find patterns. AI is built on patterns. So what I want you to think back when you type in the letters as a security on a website, and right, those irritating bouncing or they're fuzzy. What we were doing more than security was teaching AI to read our handwriting. If you take ChatGPT, the app, and you take a picture of your handwriting, your notes that you're writing right now, it can convert it into organized notes for you. It can read your handwriting. So machine learning is looking at patterns over and over and over again. What that means for you is like you start putting in which listings actually catch somebody's attention every time. And you put in 5, 6, 7, 8 of them, it can now create listings that will look just like those. So it's looking for patterns every time. Okay, so when we think about AI, I want you to think about patterns. Now, why realtors should care, obviously, I want you to save time, but I also want you to be competitive, right? We want that competitive edge. Well, I want you to be able to meet more people, talk to more people, help more people, and work smarter, right? So you're focusing on the clients, what they need, not on all the busy work that has to go in. So let's just talk about the AI real quick, the free versus the paid. Whether it's Grok, ChatGPT, Claude, everybody's got their favorites. Gemini is the Google one. I use ChatGPT for all my examples. A lot of times there are a few things that you get with the paid version that you don't get with the free version. First of all is limits. The other one that a lot of people have never heard of is called custom GPTs. Grok has their version, Google calls theirs gems. Has anybody ever heard of a custom GPT? Only one? No. You have to, okay. Have you ever created one? That's the ticket, right? Okay, so what a custom GPT is, if you go into ChatGPT and you prompt it and you get that perfect output, what if that prompt could just always be there and you just click a button and it pops back up? It's ready for you, right? You don't have to reprompt it. You don't have to re-educate it. It's ready. So when we, for example, I have one I use all the time. These are custom GPTs on the left. And these are things that I use. I'm on podcasts, so I have a podcast promotion. Every time I do a podcast, I just put the transcript of my podcast in here. It spits out images. It spits out the description. It spits out my social media posts and an email to go to all my subscribers. So I put the transcript in. It pulls out my voice. It pulls out the examples I talked about. It talks about the questions I was asked, and it creates all that content from there.
You just put the link to your podcast in the prompt.
It depends on how you build your custom GPT.
Okay.
You can add in actions. A lot of people don't, but I do. And then, yes, you can. If you don't want to do that, you just take the transcript. And Another one that I use all the time, I call her Emily. because it just makes it feel more like I tend to talk to them better when I think of them as a person. This one writes my emails. So I'll say, ooh, I talked to a client, they were asking me this question, you know, how many times are you like, ooh, I should actually talk to my people, we talk about relationship. Emily is that one that builds relationships. She takes a story, maybe you were showing a young couple a house, and they're like, oh my gosh, we've been looking for this. Well, how cool would that be to send an email to go, hey, considering selling in the next 5 years? I was just talking to a young couple and this was a huge selling point you might consider. Right? Like they would write that email that's gonna be like a story, just helpful. And I use that all the time. Anytime I talk to somebody, I try to come in here and I just brain dump into it, but that's the power of a custom GPT. Because this knows exactly how I wanna sound in my emails. It knows everything about my business, so sometimes it'll find connections I didn't even think of and help me decide how to write it. So this is the kind of thing that really takes it from Google to a really powerful tool that can save you a ton of time. So I get really geeky on this and I go a little out of order, but I can see you guys are like, ooh, we need to know more about that. Let's talk about that. We're gonna go back a little bit. So on the paid version, you can actually build your own custom GPTs. On the free version, you can use them, but you might run into credit limits. Like you might get halfway through writing your email and it'll say, come back in 7 hours. So it's like, ooh, okay, but I'll share my 10-minute email writer with you at the end of this. I don't mind at all. But that's my business, is I create those custom GPTs to make your life easier. And sometimes I do it in tools so that they're protected, your IP is protected. And sometimes I do it right in Grok or Google or ChatGPT. But that is my business. I love to make that stuff work for you. And we can get really fancy with them. Like when you do it and it automatically posts it to Facebook, right from ChatGPT. Like it's really fun. That's what I do, and as you can tell, I geek out. Okay, but I want you to know what's available. The other thing that I think realtors could find really helpful is has anybody ever heard of Sora? You are the man, like you and I can go for coffee and have fun, right? So Sora comes with your $20 account. Sora is, let's just do this real quick. It's really fun. All right, so Sora, you put in a quick prompt and you get a video with your face.
With your face?
With my face, sounding like me. Okay, so.
Oh, no wonder this is climbing like crazy. People don't even know who you are anymore.
So here's,
Oh, that's all.
here's my video.
Look at that.
That's with the paid subscription?
That's, yeah, for your $20, you can make 40 of these a day.
Oh my God.
They're
I
up to
don't have
15
I don't have
seconds.
to record anything?
You don't. And we can do that also with a tool called Hey Jen.
Yeah,
If you want longer,
that
but
looks-
this-
He ends up looking, I've seen them and I didn't think they looked real. That looks like,
That looks like her.
yeah.
and Sora's this easy to set up to look like you. You go, as soon as you pay your $20, you know, you see, it seriously says you have to do it from your phone because it wants the video and the audio. And if I play the audio, it sounds like me too. It makes you say a few numbers. It makes you look up, down, around, and that's it. And then it's ready. And you just type. I put these words as an overlay. Like I just wrote a little prompt. I want to look like I'm sitting in a coffee shop working at my laptop. Done. So can you imagine?
Right now it's fun.
Now this is just fun. So let's go with this for a minute. If I want to create one, see right down here, I can actually add, right? Like I can,
People at home, you don't have to get actors and like.
no,
Yeah,
you,
could do B-roll and all that.
Right.
all your B-roll, all my B-roll comes from this. For my Instagram, for my TikTok, for,
Oh my gosh.
Helping an elderly couple do da-da-da.
Yes, exactly.
Work through their.
Yes. Like sitting at a coffee table with an elderly couple with papers on the
Right.
table and a hot cup of steaming coffee. And your brand colors is the color of the mug.
Oh,
Okay, like have fun with this, right? Like, so.
look at us old people.
I'm not a young
Get it
chicken
together.
either, but I'm a bit of a nerd, so.
I love it.
All right, so you're getting the idea here of how powerful a $20 subscription can be. And the nice thing is these Soras can be, you use ChatGPT, help me write a prompt. Here's my colors, here's my ideal avatar. Give me 10 different Sora video prompts. You don't even have to think of them on your own, but that way you can say, these are my colors, this is my slogan, this is my target. Because some of you probably deal with the young couples just married. Some of you deal with the luxury deals. Like that, it's gonna look different and it should look different. It should feel different. I'm in my jeans. I work in a sweatshirt. I am a nerd through and through, math teacher, dork, everything but the pocket protector. I am not gonna show up here in a suit. That's okay, right? But my videos better look like what I would look like sitting with you at a coffee shop working. And that's where I love to do my work. So that's where most of my videos are. Okay, and these are the ones I didn't choose. These are my drafts. These are the not as good ones, just to give you an idea. Okay, so, all right, so let's get back on track. I wanna make sure you know Sora is available for you for only $20, no more videos,
Is that like a monthly?
monthly.
Do they have that on Grok, or do I need to get the?
You need to get
Okay,
ChatGPT.
that's fine, I don't care.
And for $20?
That's freaking awesome.
And people do not realize they even get it with their $20. You probably talk to a lot of people who don't even use it.
Yeah, I didn't know I had it for a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so let's just talk about some fun things here. Crafting property listing. I think you probably have dealt with this, right? Like this is something you probably do all the time. And I was kind of thinking, you probably do this, you have your examples.
Right.
I would really encourage you to kind of play with it, with the tones. Like it's Halloween, it's October, and you make it sound like it's Dracula. Would it catch more attention? I'm just throwing out ideas. I'm not a realtor. But I was having fun with this yesterday. I was like, you're probably already doing this, but how do you catch their attention? How do you use AI to come up with that creative idea, that one feature in the house that's kind of cool or weird or off and make it an asset?
Mhm.
Like, that's the kind of thing AI, like, this is the question. I should have put it on a slide. What would it take? What would it take to make this house sexy to the right people? That is a good question for your AI, right? Like, it's gonna help you brainstorm and think of framing things in different ways. So that weird laundry chute that's a fire hazard from hell could actually be the asset that they're looking for. Because I have 6 children and there's a fire hazard in every one of their hands, right? Like, that's just what's a laundry chute, like heaven, right? So how do you, like, an AI will help you think through some of those things in ways that you might not have thought of. So I hope this is helping you get,
Yeah.
and I did put it in your sheet, like, make it sound like, I think I put Dracula or Scooby-Doo or something fun.
I don't want to shoot.
But if it's Valentine's Day, make it sound like Cupid,
So cool.
right? Like, you can take the images of the houses and put them into ChatGPT and have them add Valentine's Day decorations to the front door. The staging can all be done by the AI now.
Yep. You just have to mention that legally on the MLS, you have to
Yes.
say virtually staged.
Virtually staged, that's right. And I, thank you.
Mhm.
We're getting there.
I'm a broker, I'm like, hey, whoa, relax.
No, right, if you're funny, like you got, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna pick on you. You got a fun personality. You don't want your listing to be
and you get 2 bedrooms and they are square.
Yes.
Like, come on, have fun with it, make it sound like you. Pull out. You're at happy hour and you're laughing and joking with people. Record yourself for a minute and go, make my listing sound like this.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Maybe not that far.
Yeah.
Maybe not you, I didn't pick on you on purpose. Give you a happy hour. Back row guy. So we're gonna skip over. The other thing is social media posts and ads. If you start getting a great listing, if you're like, ooh, this is fun. I tried that thing and it's weird. They're funny. Okay, just keep going in that same chat. Okay, now I want you to come up with 10 social media posts that are going to catch attention, grab engagement, right? You don't need to start fresh every time. Keep going, like, so save a chat for each client, for each house, like, right? For each client, because when you go and I start, this is chat for Eric, I don't know, whatever, right? On the left, you can hit these 3 dots and rename them. So now I could be like Eric Smith. And for me, I love to add an emoji. So I can, I don't care what it is, but anything so I can find it again because this list gets really long. Okay, so, and if you have an Apple, I'm sorry, I don't know the short, it's space something. Or to get your emojis to pop up like mine did. If you've got a PC, it's just the Windows button and period at the same time. And then pop right up. But you can also do things like projects. I have projects for all of my clients. And so what a project is, and you do need the paid account for this, it's like folders. So your chats can now, I could say, move to a project and I can move it to the right one. Okay, so sales maven, my client Nikki, that's her business. I can move it there and have it in there and have my conversation I had with Eric from her team right in there. And ChatGPT will remember all of it and be able to talk between those chats. They're in one project. This is an advanced feature, don't worry. This isn't where you're gonna start, but this is where you're gonna grow because it's going to speed up the ability to create everything you need for that client. Okay. So you can see, like, I've analyzed her email style, right? I've done a lot of like unique benefit questions. There's a lot of things that I collect from people to make sure that things sound like them. And it's really important. Sorry, I feel like I'm turning my neck funny. So social media posts, let's go back to that. You guys are, keep it all in one chat, name the chat, and go back to that same client chat every single time so you don't have to re-enter the information. Okay, you don't want to have to re-enter information every time you go back to a client. It makes AI feel like no better than a bad assistant. You keep firing and hiring another one, right? You want it to be that trained assistant. So every time you start a new chat, I want you to think of it as hiring a new assistant. It means you got to start over. If you can continue the chat, it's like getting that assistant that's just amazing in your back pocket. Okay. Does that help? Okay. So I had some examples in here and I will share, these have been shared with Kelly and you know, she can share them, but I know you've done this a little bit, right? You've created. So telling it, do you like emojis? Some of you probably yes, some of you probably no, but emojis catch attention. Do you want them to be storytelling? Do you want them just to be factual? You probably want a mixture because you probably have logical buyers and emotional buyers and you probably need both. And just telling it that you need to accommodate because people buy with emotion and justify with logic. So you better give them both. And that's, it doesn't matter if it's a Corvette or a house, that Corvette, Yeah, but it gets great gas mileage. But they're gonna try. Now, blogging and marketing content, I didn't know how relevant this would be. I think more it would be the email marketing at this point, but some people really love a blog. And people get traffic still from those blogs. The one thing I would tell you about a blog is right now, your blogs can be found and promoted through ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, Claude. The ones that do best are the ones that have bullets and points. Because when AI, Google, this is harsh. These are like harsh numbers, right? Since AI has rolled out, like, what did you say to me? I don't Google anymore. The Google SEO traffic has dropped in most businesses as of December 31st by 38%. So 38% of your traffic that you got organically is gone because they're getting it from AI. The traffic, the people who are optimizing for AI are getting that Google traffic, which means your content, the blog isn't wasted. If you're like, people are saying blogging is dead. I'm not seeing that. When I blog correctly, the AI, I have gotten clients straight from ChatGPT recommending me. Okay? I have clients who have clients, right? Like that have gotten some of my clients get Erica, she does YouTube. She is now up to 30% of her new clients are straight from ChatGPT. Okay, so she's a YouTube expert. So if they are like, where do I get help with this YouTube thing? ChatGPT recommends her, and her content is written in a certain way. It's written with bullets or steps. So you've got these 3 things you're going to try, or you've got step 1, step 2, step 3. AI loves the organization of that. And it might outgrow that tomorrow, but I'm just want you to be aware, this is a huge opportunity that most people are not using. This is and this is true, it pulls from YouTube, it suggests her YouTube videos, and it suggests her blog over and over and over again. And Erica does well. Okay, so she does $750,000 a year. So she's doing, like this is a substantial amount of business. So emails and texts. Everybody's like, yeah, of course I write an email with this. Let's have a little bit more fun with this. What if you walk out of a networking event and you pick up your ChatGPT and put it on voice mode and just have a conversation on the way home about the people you met? When you get home, you take a picture of all their business cards and it drafts the emails and puts them right into your Gmail draft folder.
That I didn't know. That's actually
What?
I didn't know that.
Say that again.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Okay, let's do like this.
Space, I'm like, wait, what?
I know, because as soon as I say this, everybody goes, but I already do that. But let's talk about the power here. You've got AI, you go to a networking event and you walk out with what? 7, who knows? Sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 25. But there's certain people in that list of that pile of cards, you want to make sure you follow up with, right? So what do you do on the way home is ChatGPT, I grab my phone, it has a voice mode and it's connected. So when you get back home, it'll be on your computer and you turn it on, you say, I just went to a networking event. It was at City to Shore and this is some of the background about the event so that it can customize your emails. These are some of the people I remember that I really want to make sure that I follow up with. I met this person. They told me about their daughter. They told me they just got a new puppy. They told me she was wearing, I don't want to forget who she was. She was wearing a blue sweater. Whatever you need to remember for your notes, and you spill it all into ChatGPT. And we program it to just ask you the right questions. What do you remember about that person? What makes you think they're going to be a good lead? Right? Those kind of questions. Okay, great. That can go to your CRM straight from a custom GPT. Boom. But it also then can draft the follow-up emails and put them in your Gmail or your Office or wherever you use it. And then you read them over and make sure. If somebody just told you their mom died, you probably want to read that. Right? I never send anything with AI without reading it. Okay. So these are the things that are possible with email. The other one I already showed you is my custom GPT. Like every time I talk to a client, I try to come back with a story. That's email, that's content, and it's real. It's relational. And that's what's gonna win at the end of the day. Okay, so I think about this a little different than, oh, I just need to write an email. It's also what brought me into this was its ability to handle tough conversations. There are times I'm like, I don't even want to answer this email. This one's tough. It's a friend of my brother. I don't want to piss them off, but they're being really rude. How do I deal with this? And I put in the email and I talk to ChatGPT and it spits it out and it takes all the emotion out of it. Because I had to be logical when I talked to ChatGPT. So it took it from emotional to logical. It's no longer draining me emotionally and I'm ready to move on with my day. That's where you want to use it because you don't want to be tore up over this email when you're going to talk to a client. Get it out of the way. Talk to ChatGPT about it. Tell them what you want to say. I use the cuss words and all. I was raised by a construction worker. Mom was a Baptist, dad's construction. So I got it, right? Like I will cuss and say, this is what I really want to say, but also I'm this type of person and I want to be true to me. How do I write this email? And that's the power right there. Yeah. So like enhancements, drafting, gentle nudges, follow-ups, all of these things you can have just sent as drafts, right? You're driving down the road, you just met with a client, turn on your chat, I leave it right in my holder and I talk to it. And by the time I get home, the draft is in my Gmail. Okay. This one is fun. I had some fun with this one. Brainstorming marketing ideas. So whatever town you're in, if you're in Allendale, I heard somebody say they were in Holland, right? So what events do they have coming up? And go, hey, we've got this event. How can I use this to market what I'm doing? How can I use this to build relationships for what I'm doing? I had so much fun with this with a business owner in Caledonia. We went through this exercise and we do a winter festival. And I'm like, well, do you promote it? Do you do anything for it? She's like, no, I don't even know what to do. I'm like, well, let's have some fun, right? We got some great ideas. She gave out little noses to the kids, got a ton of traffic and a lot of new clients, right? So, and it cost her probably $10 for the nose, because you buy them in bulk and they all had to come in for one. Because once one kid had one mom saw it on Facebook and then, they all have to have it. Well, whatever that is, right? So it's hard to come up with this stuff. When you're asking ChatGPT for marketing ideas or brainstorming, always tell it how much time you have. It will think you are Microsoft with thousands of employees if you don't. It will give you the most elaborate, beautiful plans most of the time. Tell it, I am a realtor. I am working on my own. I have one assistant and I have these resources and I want to spend 4 hours or less on this. And it will totally give you you don't want to waste your time telling it, no, I can't do all that. Right? Like, ugh. You've seen it. It gives you amazing ideas and you're like, but there is no way.
Right.
So, and then you just feel like, oh crap. I also encourage you, just those drip campaigns, right? Like things like that, it can write out really well when you see ideas. And then personalizing content. If I talk to other professionals and your business might send you, hey, here's a sample email that you might send to people. Do you ever get like these templated things from, right? And what if you put it in here and said, hey, but I'm spunky, but I'm luxury, but I'm to the young buyers. Change the vocabulary, and man, it does a great job with that. And I saw in the ladies' restroom, it said, power is knowledge, right? So Q&A, knowledge support, being able to quickly, when you have clients that are asking questions for it, there is a thing that if you do have the $20 a month plan, let's just go into here for a minute. If I click down here, that I need a knowledge file. Okay, so let's say you need something about interest rates or whatever. You can actually go in and turn on what's called deep research. Deep research is worth its money in gold. It will go give you it will tell you exactly where it found the information, what dates the information are from. You can tell it only find things that are from November of 2025 and later. Because if you don't, it'll be outdated. But deep research, and it can create, and you can say, create it as a document. And then this is one I want you to write down, Gamma AI. If you like my slides.
I just thought this is GAMMA.
Here we are. This is Gamma. I took what I wanted to present. I had it organized. I pasted the whole document in the Gamma and it made all my slides in about 5 minutes. So this is called gamma.app. I think I said AI. I apologize. It's .app.
That's what we use also for our training.
It's what you made your handout as well.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, GAMMA. So when you need those documents for whatever, that specific home, that whatever, put it in there. It will use AI to either enhance it, or you can say, use exactly what I have right here. Like in the document, I wanted it to only use my words because I didn't want it making up stuff that I wasn't presenting. But it will still format it and make it look good. It didn't just do bullets. It put them in the little boxes and made it look nice.
Can you go back to the deep research?
Yeah.
I've seen it, never.
Okay, so.
Yeah.
Look at, you can see all my stuff I've been doing.
Gluten-free?
Yeah, that was for you guys, but unfortunately I had death in the family and I just had to deal with some things, and so,
Sorry.
no, it's so,
That's okay.
it's so nice to be here though, and this, you know, because I enjoy this a lot. It should be right here. It should say realtor. Yeah. I usually do better.
Would it be, if you moved it under projects?
Oh,
would it
I'm
be
just gonna
bigger?
search. That's silly.
So if you move it from chats to projects, does it disappear from chats?
Yes.
Okay. But you can search and find it anywhere?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
If you can remember what you named it.
that's right.
That's that, right?
Is there help for that?
All that Russians.
What was that?
I said, if you can remember what you named it,
That's right.
and so I should ask. Chat. What did I name that?
What if I can?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is,
Looking for realtors?
yeah, where is it?
Go up.
Oh, thank you. I knew I put realtors right in the, okay. So I had a lot of things that I brain dumped. Like I knew what I wanted to present here, right? So I brain dumped all this stuff. I had a document I added up here, you know, I had all my stuff. And then I brain dumped everything that I wanted for that handout. And then I turn on deep research, and part of it was that I noticed some of the things are outdated. So when I brain dumped, I'm like, make sure it's all current, blah, blah, blah. And then it gave me, and it went and searched, it took out anything that was outdated. And if you look at this, this is exactly what's on your handout. It just doesn't look pretty because it's not Gamma yet. But this can, man, I do this for things like, I have this promotion idea. Do a deep research. Where will it win? Where will it fail? And it will go find the data, and it will give me a good analysis of that promotion plan. Is this a good ROI for my time? That is the goal of finding out, right? So deep research will actually search the web, find your people, and do the research for you that you used to have to spend a few days doing yourself. So this is a super simple case, super simple. but I do use it for bigger planning and evaluation. And it's worth its weight in gold. It is very good. Does that help with the deep research?
Yeah, I was just kind of curious what it.
Now, how it works is you put in your whole idea, right? Because this was like the second part of my deep research. So you put in, I want to know, I have this idea, blah, blah. You need to write it as like one huge prompt. It's not gonna be like a chat.
Okay.
Okay, so one big, whatever you want. I want a handout with this client's asking these questions. I want to bust these objections. Anything you can think of.
You can speak into that, right? You don't have-
Oh, yeah, I talked into it. Especially in my car, driving on the road. That's when you get all the best ideas, that in the shower. But I don't bring my phone into the shower.
That'll be the next one.
Right? Yeah, it'll probably sit up there.
Right.
And then it'll usually ask you 3 to 5 follow-up questions. So once you give it all the information, it's like, if I was a researcher, what would I ask before I dove into this? And I'll ask you like 3, it's usually 3 to 5.
Mhm.
And then once you hit send, then it'll be gone for like, it'll be thinking. There's a little box that'll show up. When you click on that box, you can see all the sources that it's going to and what it's thinking about and what it's analyzing and as it's going. So it's really like, and you get a list of all the sources at the end. So, yeah, it's, even if you're just looking for sources, it's pretty cool.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. So writing the prompts really clear. You've probably heard this before because you guys are using it. Be specific as possible. My clients are this. My people are this. I'm trying to build relationships with these type of people, right? Provide context. Anything you can think of. That little detail about that one client. Those are the kind of things that will really take it from sounding like a robot to sounding like a human. And then I would set expectations. I highlight because people, and we talked about this a little bit, when you ask it to brainstorm and give you ideas, tell it what are those expectations? What do you actually have time to do? Because that will change how it does it. Set your expectations. I don't have a team. I do have a team. That's a big difference in what you get. So, and set a goal. Okay, so the one thing, whenever you're talking with ChatGPT and you get an output, you can always ask it to grade it. This is a great way to get it to improve it. So, but you don't want to just grade it based on anything. Like your teacher used to give you a rubric. Let's grade it on this, let's grade it on this. So for example, I just think relationships, right? I grade every email I send out on its ability to build relationship. And if it's not an A+, then it doesn't get sent. Right? So whatever that goal is, maybe the goal is to get that client to call you back. Grade this on its ability to get a response from the client. Grade this on its ability to get engagement on social media. Right? So, and you can do more than one. Grade this on its ability, and it will give you 2 different grades, right? Like, because you probably want relationship and for them to call you back.
Mhm.
You don't want one or the other. You don't want to break the relationship and piss them off just to call you. Like that doesn't, just to cuss you out, right? Like that's not the goal. So always, think about what is the goal of this communication. I want them to respond. I want to build relationship. I want to build trust and have it graded on those. It's, because it doesn't know unless you tell it what the goal is. It's guessing the goal. So you got to tell it the goal. Is the goal just to get it done? That's what it's going to give you. And that's not going to be effective. And there's no use using AI if you're not going to get a result. So tell it the goal. Usually it's a response. For me, I want relationship and response. Those are my 2 R's every time. And then this one is really fun. Give it a role. So you are an expert $1 million real estate agent. And you're going to write a listing that's right around Valentine's Day. And you're creative and smart and a little bit smart. As I look at you, sorry.
You are so good, Jeanette.
Must be the ball head. It's the twinkle in the eye.
That's right.
Yeah, I feel like I know better than to pick on you. Well, he walked in after you. I taught middle school and ninth graders for 17 years, so I can read a
Well,
room
you
a
can
little.
read people pretty good.
Yeah, I have a little practice. Then I taught math.
I've been out of school for 40 years and I'm still getting in trouble with the teacher.
I love it.
Bull crap.
That's right.
I do want to talk, this was maintain your voice. I would really strongly suggest that you go in and talk to ChatGPT and say, I want you to understand my voice. And you might want to write this down. Save the key points of this conversation to my memory. ChatGPT keeps a memory of you. Okay?
What if you've got, sorry, you've got all these different chats, like for different types of people and, but you're above that, you're giving your ChatGPT itself its own voice, but then you've got different,
Put them in projects. And it will, yeah.
and you can change your voice there.
Mhm. The project will,
The tone of your.
The tone.
yeah, the tone of your conversation, you can put into projects your own documents.
Okay.
So you could, like, if you do a client profile, for example, you could upload the client profile into only that project. And it would know those specific details.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm like training mine to be fun and friendly, but if I've got an analytical.
exactly.
Maybe I don't want to sound like me.
That's right. So, yeah, putting it, and you can say, right, in, like, if you don't want to start projects and stuff, because I know you said you're just getting into all this, you can say at the beginning of the conversation, I know I'm usually fun and friendly, but this client is super logical, so I need to shift our voice to match them.
Okay.
And it will remember through the conversation. Yeah. Cool. So, look, I was a little nervous. I didn't have anything new to teach y'all. Look at, this is fun.
I thought I was using AI.
No, you were.
You were Googling with AI.
Oh, that was even a big.
This is so fun, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
you taught us. Oh, when you,
I searched on it.
Right.
if it's not sounding like you, if it's doing something that's really goofy, like I have a client and she's so particular on how she speaks, and I was working on something, and it took a piece of how I was working with her and was applying it to everything. So she doesn't want to ever use the word I in her conversation. But if I'm going to work with you, it'd be nice if I could say, I'd really love to meet you for coffee sometime.
Right.
And it would not, like, it was, so you just in the chat, you go, where are you learning that? And it'll say something, probably, it's in your memories. So you click on your profile, that's what I'm gonna show you, this is important.
Okay.
So when you click on your bottom left, mine's a business account, so it'll look a tiny bit different. You just wanna have all the options, but you're gonna click on settings.
I had superfood.
And over here, there's the third one down is personalization. This is something you want to use. Okay. There are these, he knows this, you know this, don't you? Yeah, I can, sorry, I shouldn't assume, you know what they say about assume.
Yeah.
Okay, so in these custom, if you always want to sound the same way, you can type this in. Custom, I just took it out because I'm doing a training this afternoon. I'm personalizing it. So I would, in this custom instructions, it'll take about 1,000 characters, and you can tell it exactly how you always want to sound. You can tell it how you work. So if I go down here, more about you. I don't want walls of text. I love bullets. I am analytical. I am this personality type, and it will adapt every single conversation to how you work.
Question, now would that limit us, like when we do have a client who's very different than us?
You would just do exactly what I said. You would say, I know I've asked you to be this,
Okay.
but I need this for this client. Yep.
Instead of teaching your master AI voice or ChatGPT voice that I who I am, I'm a self-employed realtor without a team, would you put it in there instead?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
And you could do
Goes
both
to
too,
everything.
but yes, this goes to everything.
Awesome.
Now you'll see right below this, it says memory. And you have memories in ChatGPT, whether you want them or not, unless you go in and manually turn this off, which from the response in here, that has
No,
not
you
happened.
know.
You want it, I think you want it on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because
But you'll
Ask it.
What are my memories?
Oh, you can, it'll tell you. Say, what do you remember about me? Oh, you know what a fun one
It
is?
remembers more than I do.
Tell me everything you know about me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really good.
What are my pros and cons? If you really want to be smacked upside the head with a
Yeah.
2x4, it'll tell you. All right,
But it's
so,
based on the conversation.
Right.
but it'll pull your weaknesses.
Oh, yeah, I tried that. I think I showed it to you once.
What was your name again?
Sam.
Sam. You're
You're the
fun.
man.
So like you'll see that there are, you know, all these different memories about me. I work in a software called Pickaxe and it kept typing it wrong. So I said the correct spelling, remember this for crying out loud, right? Like, okay, so
So cool.
this is, and you can go through and if any of them, like this is for a specific client, I don't want that in there. So I just hit forget. And that's it. And I'm good. And I go in like every Friday and just browse the last couple and make sure it's not pulling in anything that's like for a specific client. So it will sound like me.
Love this.
Okay. Now, I'm aware of the time. We've got 5 minutes and I want to really, this is like make sure you fact check everything. Do not assume that because AI has been trained to make you happy. It is still a marketing. It is still a product and they are still marketing to you. They are going to tell you what you want to hear to make you happy. That means they will hallucinate is the word on the street. It will hallucinate and fill in blanks if it doesn't know. So you can tell it, if you don't know something, ask me. Do not fill it in and it will do better.
Can you put that in your profile?
Yep. And it is in mine. Absolutely. There's so much I could share with you. We could go deeper and deeper. I just like want to share everything with you. But this is, you know, always verify. The deep research helps that because but make sure the websites are real links. In the beginning, it used to make them up. I'm not seeing that as much, but I'm seeing some old errors in the last 2 or 3 days pop back up as they're adjusting. So I would suggest that you check every link to make sure that it is current and accurate. Okay. And I do that anyway, because it's just, and use it wisely, but putting in your client profile, don't put their last name. Especially if you're on the free account or the $20 account, they can train on your data, which means it's gonna take your data and learn from it. So as you have conversations, it might be good to partner up with somebody and get a business account. That's what I have, so I can put my client data in here. It doesn't train on my client data. So anything I put in, if I'm working with you and I put, like you saw, I had Nikki's information in there, the sales maven, it was in there. But I have it's $30 a month, but there's a minimum of 2 people. So just partnering with somebody and getting that account might be worth it if you really want to go all in and be able to put all your client data in. Take their last names off. Obviously, don't put in social security numbers. I don't do that even with, you know, but just be aware of what you're putting in. If it's personal medical information, you can go to ChatGPT and not log in and still use ChatGPT. Put in some information, get the results you want, clear your cache and be done with it. But other than that, just be aware of what you put in. This is one of those things I said in the very beginning, it's a personal decision, but no, there's risks. And then always, I just felt it was necessary to say, so sorry, I'm just running a
No,
little.
you're good. You're fine.
The fair
I was
housing
thinking you were
coaches,
facing the other way.
add this to your prompts, maybe add this to your profile, is make sure when you're helping me with social media post,
That's awesome.
the code of ethics. Just add that right in so that you're not inadvertently breaking a rule you didn't even, you know, you get excited and starts fitting stuff out. It's like, oh, yay. But just take a moment and put in your code of ethics. ChatGPT knows it, it just doesn't know you want it to follow it unless you tell it. Okay? So just make sure you got that, it is still your responsibility. And this is what I would say, AI is your starting point, you are the foundation, your relationships, who you are, stays the same. That's the most important part. Build upon it, the AI, so you can have more time for those relationships. It's so important. Relationships are gonna win. AI technology is taking over, relationships win. Make time for relationships, that has to be your goal. How can I do less of this busy work so I have more time for face-to-face with people? Real people. Always, like I said, when I get Gmails in there, human oversight. I never send anything directly from AI, even though it's possible. That is one of my boundaries. That is what I will not do, right? So I do encourage you, and then maintain the most important thing, the foundation. Who you are as a person, who you are as a realtor, stays the same. That cannot change. That is your big rock in the thing. Who you are and what you want to be, your goals, your mission has to be solid, because otherwise AI will railroad you. Know who you are, know what you're about, and be you, because that's what it's all about. So thank you so much. This was super fun. You guys are my favorite audience ever. Well, thank you. And you know, if you want to learn more from me, my contact is on that handout.
Perfect.
I have a few extras I'll leave in the
He said no
back.
problem.
Oh, yeah.
No problem. I just don't want to
Thank you
use
so much. Oh, yeah, I'm so glad. At the very last. I can give you my.
How are you? Staying this focal point for the next meeting?
And I'll send an email with
Yeah, right.
like this, and then she'll have three little things. But if you want any help, I love one-on-one, what you need and how do you make.
Okay, lady.
That's what I do, and I love it. It's so fun. It's fun, it's all problem solving. Yeah. Yeah, you guys can switch over your chairs.
Exactly.
I know, I take up every minute. Thanks for
Thank
letting me pick on you.
Yes, absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Anytime. Yeah, no, thank you so much for the training. It was great.
Hopefully helpful, even though you haven't been using it.
Yeah.
Hopefully you learned something.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's
Sam, you're
always-
fun.
there's